Erev Tov covering. I'm Stephen Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Just a quick take of our broadcast, friends. Very concerned about the situation that I'm watching going on here. 3 different articles in particular here. 2 of these off of RT, 1 off of Sputnik. Faced with Russian and Iranians 24/7, Israel calls for U.S. to be more active in Syria. And as you look at this article here, this came out yesterday, or no, actually today, this morning, it came out this morning. The Israeli Defense Minister has urged Washington to engage more in Syria, where President Bashar Assad is winning. The official has asked for increased U.S. involvement, saying Israel is struggling to deal with the Russians, Iranians, and also the Turks and Hezbollah. We hope that the United States will be more active in the Syrian arena and the Middle East in general, Avigdor Lieberman said in an interview with Israel's Walla News on Tuesday. In the northern arena, we are faced with Russian, Iranians, and also Turks and Hezbollah. The public does not know everything, and it's a good thing, but it's an investment and an effort 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, of course, they're also showing a picture here. U.S. military convoy drives on a highway from Kobane to Ain Issa on September the 29th. And, of course, some of our more modern equipment that we have there in Syria. But one reason why it's a bit concerning to me, what we're seeing here, is that I've stated for a long time that I really believe that the Gog and Magog war would be something that would be fabricated. And I say that because Lieberman is speaking about Russia, he's speaking about Turkey, Hezbollah, Iran, and I definitely know, I mean, no doubt, Hezbollah, Iranians, definitely always there's a threat threatening Israel continuously. Russia, of course, Russia's allied to them, and I hate to see that personally. But the Turks, if you remember, Turkey and Israel had just signed an agreement not too long ago because Israel's trying to use the Turkish government to help win favor in building the third temple. And the Turkish is really weird because, you know, when Trump bombed Syria, they're cheering for Donald Trump. But when the U.S. is siding with the Kurds, they're angry at the U.S. It's just like a wild card when it comes to Turkey. So in this regards here, and I am seeing that Russia is working on an alliance with Turkey as well. Russia is really trusting that Turkey is going to be a partner with them. I think they may get double cross there, but who knows? And as well with Iran and Hezbollah. We already know that Russia has an alliance there. This is setting up for something that's not going to be good, friends, at all. Also, this article came out today, U.S. staging fatal provocations against Russian forces in Syria. This is Foreign Minister Lavrov you're looking at right here. RT is bringing out that the foreign minister there, Lavrov, is stating that Washington is playing a dangerous game of encouraging terrorists in Syria to attack government forces and the Russian military. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow won't leave aggressive U.S. steps unanswered, but wants to overcome the political deadlock, he added. I have to say, friends, Russia really has, especially with Foreign Minister Lavrov, really has tried to break this deadlock that the deep state is trying to keep between Russia and the United States. And so much junk is going on. We see President Trump has tried to break that deadlock as well. But you know, there's some people in the deep state that just will not accept peace with Russia. And I think that the Clintons and Obama and them, they have more loyalty to the deep state and helping push this narrative that Russia's the bad guy. But what it really comes down to, Russia seems to be in the way of bringing about this new revived Babylonian empire. So I think this is what's going on here. And this is one reason why we're really getting pushed towards a very serious situation in Syria with Russia and the United States. Not to say that the United States would not win in a ground-to-ground combat with Russia or even an air war with Russia. I'm sure they probably would with NATO's assistance as well. But where the problem comes in, Russia's not going to play like that, friends. Putin has already made it very clear that if Russia looks like they're going to lose in that type of a campaign, well, it will be a nuclear war. And that's the big concern. And when I saw this article here on Sputnik, and now Sputnik is not really implying, maybe they are implying this, I don't know. U.S. State Department approves the sale of 3,900 F-35 bombs to Australia. and not only bombs, but a whole lot of other equipment. This just came out on September the 29th. The Pentagon's given an arms export branch, sending all this weapons and other things as well, including 30 GBU, 53Bs, guide test vehicles, etc. All this equipment going over to Australia. And Australia, as we already know, has moved up their equipment up towards the North Korea, the Sea of Japan there. In fact, I just got word today that the USS Ronald Reagan is actually ported in Hong Kong. Believe that or not, you may not see that on the news there, but I do have inside information that they have ported there at Hong Kong. So that might indicate that China and the United States are going to work together. But if Russia is already supplying internet to North Korea when China has cut it off, that may put Russia and China at odds. Well, Russians have always said that there was the prophecies that China would come against them one day. Who knows what's going to happen? Anyway, we'll be trying to give you better updates tomorrow. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live. Shalom.